Hello and welcome to another quest log. This week I'm going to be talking to you about the virtues of playing WoW on a Mac. Now I've been a Mac convert for quite a few years now, and I just upgraded to a brand new MacBook Pro, and I thought, hey, why don't we just talk about why it's better to play on a Mac than a PC? Obviously, one of the first points is that you're much less likely to have your account stolen from a keylogger because of the smaller market share and the complete lack of viruses on the Mac. Okay, the next major thing that I really enjoy is the fact that I can easily select which application I want to use quickly. Now for this, most Windows users would go for a Control-Tab to go out of WoW. Now this can take a couple seconds and really does chew up the time when you're just trying to get a quick look into Wowhead. But what I use is a program called Quicksilver. Now, most people have it bound to the Control space on their keyboard, and it will show up a little screen here where we can type in Safari, and it will allow us to launch Safari. And from here I can easily get to Wowhead. But one of the great things about this new MacBook Pro is it has the multi-touch keypad, and I've set it up so a three-fingered swipe across the trackpad also opens up Quicksilver, making things very fast and very easy to use. Now the next thing that I really enjoy about playing on the Mac is integration with iTunes. Now when I was playing on my old Power Mac, I had the iTunes controls set up in the numpad over on the side. These are controls that are actually built into World of Warcraft, and you can access them through the the key bindings menu. Just come right down here to the bottom. There they are, the iTunes remote. And yeah, those are all set up for the numpad. But here on my brand new MacBook Pro, I have across on the F7 through F9 keys, iTunes controls. So I can easily hit them, and up on screen shows up the track name of what's being played. A very nice song by Jonathan Colton. There we go. Next track. And volume controls. And of course, pause. One of the things that I like best about playing on the Mac is the inbuilt screen recording. Now, what happens here is that they take a dump directly from OpenGL of what's happening on the screen, which means that the UI is not actually included in this, and you have the option of removing it or bringing it in. Now, in most situations, you don't actually need the UI layer, because it's just clutter on the screen. So what I find best is when in like a raid situation, people don't want to see all your raid stats going on, they just want to see what's happening in the battle. So most of the time you don't need it. And I'm just going to show you how you can get to the screen recording options. It's under the options tab, you've got the Mac options. Here we've got the resolution, the frame rate, the compression type. This will affect how large the file is and how long it does take to compress. Here's your option for choosing whether or not you want your UI to be shown. You can turn off the cursor, you can choose whether or not to record the in-game sound, and here's one of the most important ones, whether or not you want it to compress right after you finish recording. Now if you're in a raid situation, it's probably best not to be doing the compression while you're in the raid, because as soon as you finish recording the clip, it's going to start compressing and it's going to slow down your computer. And if you have to go into a battle, it's not really useful if you're slowed down. Okay, next thing that's important is the key bindings. Now it's right down here under the iTunes. Here we go, there's the iTunes tab, and here is the movie recording. I've set it up to be Control P will start the recording, Control L will cancel the recording or the compression, and Control M will start compressing any movies that I have outstanding. Okay, now let's go ahead and give one a go. Just hitting Control P. Down here we can see where the movie's being saved. And it's actually quite useful because it gives us all the information about where we were in-game when we were recording it. In this case we see that we're in Shattrath City, the lower city. Now, it doesn't actually quite like it when I'm recording two videos at the same time, so it cancels it halfway through. But over here we can see the compression, and this comes up on screen, tells you how much longer you got left until you're back to your full power. It says where the movie is being saved. It's all very useful and good. And so that brings us to the end of another episode. If you happen to be a Windows user and you think you've got a pretty good list of reasons why I should be playing WoW over on Windows, then send them to me over at questlog@gui.com, or you can go over to my blog at questlog.blogspot.com, and we'll see you next time.